Hi everyone, so I've come back with another picker card. Today I'm doing a message from your spirit team. So I'm just going to be very open with whatever's going to come through for the collective. I've got 3 piles. So I'm just going to get started straight away with pile 1. Just getting the image up on my phone. Right, pile 1. So this one I called just mycelium, but I actually have a lot of variations of this piece. I have all of them. This one's probably got loads. I decided to just put like the original kind of, well, your second original. This is drawing I did in my sketchbook and I mirrored it. So that's the one I've got. Also there's many that I love. But yeah. So what do we feel with this spirit team? This is from the spirit team. It's I see like a lot of like the womb here actually. The womb work, maybe like creativity, fertility, creation. Also like with head open, I'm kind of feeling like the crown. Channeling ideas, channeling creation. Maybe something that you make, or ideas in general for any business that you have, things that you make. Allowing yourself to feel more pleasure, I feel that as well. Pleasure as you create, and it's like with the hands, it feels quite significant because if you look at the hands, it's got like the hands and you've got the little spores kind of coming out, reaching out. Like bringing something from into fruition, from the heavens to earth, being the bridge from the heavens to the earth. Could be like with people that are on plant journeys here in this pile, or have had previously experienced or currently, like some people that go on mushrooms for a while and collect with the fungi because it is quite a fungi heavy one. I'm seeing like beehive as well with like reminds me of a beehive with the hands. So it feels like a collective, creating something for a collective, for a community. Initiation, I'm hearing. It's like you're out in the wilds, like initiated with the plant, with new knowledge. I'm kind of feeling like all the old stories of how, like theories of how we gained our knowledge through people that were consuming mushrooms, like from consciousness, plant consciousness, I'm thinking, feeling. Could be something that's like into herbalism or Reiki or making art, like medicine in some way. It could even be like just gardener. When I say just gardener, but it's so significant to make food for people and put your love in there. Like we do it a lot unconsciously, but this feels like very like something you're becoming conscious of, putting your love in the work that you're doing. Could be in the dream realm as well, like nighttime, like now night owls, people that are up all night making, or like dreams, you get ideas. It feels kind of like a leader as well with all of the center focus and all of the things like the mushroom spreading out the head. But it's like connected. Where mycelium doesn't really have like a leader type, it's, a network of all helping each other benefit from the system. So it could be someone that's like rooting a system for other people, like helping people, a bridge for other people to receive what they need, creating a community, being a part of a community. It's like opening up completely. Could be someone that's gone through Kundalini awakening, you know, coming out of the head. From the, you know, the base of the spine all the way up. Emerging. Could be emerging from like a dark night of the soul or like a new spiritual awakening that's leading into your purpose. Could you be feeling a bit helpless or confused at the moment? What to do, where to go, what the higher purpose of what you're going through right now is. Going in the dirt, and it feels like it's all nitty gritty in the 3D, and it's like, when I think of it, it's like going through the dreams I've had, like going underneath. It was very like traumatic kind of things that I experienced or felt, and people could be going through that right now, like going through the nitty gritty, like the shadow work, the shadow side, to get more in grips with themselves, like to emerge to something new. Could be, you know, people in different timelines. Could be someone that's heavily like focused on their sacral, maybe had like issues with the sacral or the root or being grounded. And like this, you know, the kind of knowing of, you know, where we always used to be focusing on the third eye and coming to the realization that grounding is like the most spiritual thing, actually, because we need to be grounded on, like, have a base for us to bring things through, like, and not go insane, really. And the more present you are, it's so spiritual in the sense where you bring more things through, like so naturally, like with making art, making things, doing things. It's not all up in the mind. And like having all these ideas, it could be a lot, but grounding it is, you know, physically putting it here, making it. Yeah, I feel like it could be someone that's like taking a step back, like a hermit kind of vibe from the collective to like figure out themselves. Like, where do they fit in? What's their part that they take? What is their path? And it doesn't feel like it's completely alone. It just feels, yeah, how would I say it? Like, we all have a part to play in, like, yeah, connecting to your own individual part. And it's not in the manner of like just for you, it's for everyone. It's for like, yeah. So I think there's a lot of rewiring as well with like figuring out your part and not letting other people influence the part that you're doing in a negative way where because they don't see your vision or because of insecurities and like bringing you down. It feels like a bit of a detachment of like inner work and rewiring your brain. It feels rewiring your brain cells, especially if like you're taking medicines right now, like plant medicines or medicine journeys or meditations. Something like a spiritual practice that you have doesn't have to be like that, or even like going out in nature. We are meditating in nature and connecting with nature, making offerings. It feels like a rewiring, like a reconnection. Is there anything else, Spirit, from this image? Mm. Yeah, I just feel like the hands are so significant, where it's like going up to the arms and all the way up the shoulders. If someone's having shoulder pain, I feel like it feels like the heart, or like, weighing heavy on your shoulders like a burden that it's not yours to carry. Letting yourself be helped, letting yourself be held. Um, it feels like the quote from A Course in Miracles: "I am not a body, I am free," or "I am not a body, I am spirit." And it's not to say, oh, bodies are useless or everything, but it's like the 3D worries, letting yourself detach and see them from a different perspective, like to calm yourself down, like to see from with a bird's eye view, a reminder that you are a spirit and you're here, yeah, in a body, but it's not you permanently. We have other lives and we're more than just this. Obviously, treating it well and respectful, and while we're here, it's our vessel, it's while we're here. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I feel that energy of detaching a bit, like in letting nature help you detach a bit to the worldly concerns. Yeah, and connecting, let yourself be held. And I feel like a good way to do that is being outside in nature, and maybe even meditating or laying down in nature, or like bringing them to you, like bringing plants in, speaking to nature, speaking to the birds, speaking to the trees. I feel like an energy of someone trying to see the higher perspective, when something really horrible happens and you witness or you see it in the world, and being disappointed or trying not to get you down, disheartening, and trying to remain faithful to the divine, like to the greater purpose of everything, right? I feel that energy too. Try not to let it to turn you bitter and old, and remain faithful and joyful despite it all, but still taking action in our own way, not trying to do it all in one day, and not trying to do it all alone. Feels like, of us getting out of this, it's a collective effort, us all putting our own foot forward, not just us, bringing people together. Yeah, I'm gonna just get some tarot, but there's quite a lot coming out as well. But any other card, you, oh wow, so I leave that there. We've got four, so I'll take that. What cards do we have? Message from your spirit team. Fire one. Message from your spirit team. Yeah, we got like a Reiki card that came out, like your hands here, significant. Could be someone that's a healer. And a healer is in so many different ways. Like could be like massage, Reiki, like food, diet making, therapy, counseling. mm, Like making drinks, I'm saying as well. Uh, so we got the lovers come out, got the Three of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Four. So that's beautiful. And in the lovers is, this one is not really about, I know we love to talk about love, and we've got Two of Cups as well. as a message for the spirit team. It's a lot of like integration, you know, I was talking about with looking at the image of the shadow. And this is like three worlds, Trinity. You know, the original of the greater spirit, like the Archangel Michael here. And then we've got another three, you know, with the Three of Cups, you've got the three and the three. And then we've got a two and the zero, the eternity. And in this card as well, it's a lot about, you know, where people, it's like meeting your mirror in a way. But this one is very like self-focused again, with the two cups, like having your own cups, like meeting you in another body. If you're going through like a stage right now where you're feeling a bit like a dip or feeling a bit helpless and hopeless, maybe something happens out of your control, a reminder of, you know, you've been here before and there's always a new, you know, door, like with the Fool, that, you know, brings you back to self again, but in a new cycle, a new spiral, like closer to you, to spirit on earth. Got to take a deep breath in and out, laugh at the voice in your head. Like if you're really worried about how the new door opens or how you get from here to there. It doesn't have to be hard or hurtful. Why not think about all the ways that it goes right, all the ways it can be a miracle, that miracles are real, and they're not just for everyone else, they're for you too. You know, and if you're concerned with like meeting the love of your life or, you know, this friend group that you want, like people celebrating you, just as you celebrate others, it's on the horizon, you know, in this new cycle, and it takes you by surprise. You know, you don't have it in your mind, oh, this person's going to be the person that becomes my best friend or the love of my life. It just feels like, you know, you're out and about talking and socializing and meeting people, and it just happens organically where you don't have to put all this effort or to force it. It just happens where you both want to spend more time together, you both want to talk about things together, and you feel really comfortable and you feel like you trust them. You feel that you know them already. You know, it's not this dynamic of you always healing the friends, you know, not always being the one that's the healer in the group, the healer with your friends. Like letting yourself receive the, you know, the reciprocity. I always get this one. And you've also got this, it's all a matter of perspective. Whatever happens, you can choose to see it all as the best things to happen for you. How you react is up to you. Everything happened against you. It's your choice. Mm. This is from your spirit team. Yeah, how can you better see the scenario that you're in a way that positively aligns, in a way that's from a perspective or something that's beneficial for you? And it may not look it or seem it, but how does this help my spirit? How does this help my soul? How is this making me grow? How is this making me change in a positive way? How can I take um, this as something that I could help me grow, help me change, to help me look in a different way? Whether that's, you've been always like working, hustling, and it's like a breath now of being made to sit still and do nothing and face yourself, face the shadow of working in like a pig, or in the rat race, and figuring out like actually this is not me, this is programming from someone else, or losing people that you thought were forever and realizing that you kind of outgrowing each other. It doesn't mean you need to be hateful towards them, towards yourself. As you do more, learn more about yourself and go deeper, like not everyone is here to do that, and having compassion for them and for yourself. And I think a lot of like lessons can be about learning to touch from the control of this idea of, these things will last forever. Some lessons are about, learning that detachment from things that we will thought forever. Like we feel that we should have forever because we were like, oh, this is forever. And realizing it's okay to change your mind, that we're everlasting, like we're eternity, and we can change our mind and shift our mind. And it's okay to do that. Like if you fall out of love with someone or some things, like you want to change like career paths or change like country you live in or the people that you're with, like change your identity, who you are, like that's okay. Hmm. I feel like we've got the two of wands here, and then we've got the lovers like together. Me, because it's like the two in reverse. We've got a three. I feel like it's not seeing so black and white, so logically based in the way that we move forward, we move ahead. Like with the two of wands upright, having all our plans together. Making all this prep for the future, and I feel like a curveball of like, actually, I don't know what I want for the future. Like the plans are not really coming through that I first believed in, that I first thought I really wanted, and the universe is telling you there's something that's more aligned with you and your spirit, that deep down is what you need, that is truly for you, not something that you feel that you want in a way where you've been programmed to believe that's what you want, or that that's for you, when really like it feels like there's something more or greater for you, more aligns with your soul, right? We've got the Three of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Fool, like this new beginning. And if you're someone like, is this all I'm here for? Like, no, there is more. And sometimes these situations are just to like let us reign out, like let go of this control, especially during, now we're in eclipse season while I'm like making this reading. Just had the Leo eclipse, like new moon. We're gonna have a full moon, like lunar eclipse in Pisces. And I just feel like a lot of it is, instead of this period where we're intentionally trying to create change and manifest it in a way that we want, it's a lot of like Pisces and Leo for me connects really to the purpose and soul and courage and like going after the dreams, but it's with Pisces, right? The one that's so uncontrollable, like all the deep subconscious that we connect to, but like for me it feels like in steps. We know more and more about ourselves. And it teaches us to surrender all this control. Maybe our purpose is not what we thought it was or what path we thought we should take. It was for us. And asking Spirit, what do you want from me? Spirit, what is my direction here? Spirit, I surrender to the direction that the love and wisdom that you have for me. Like, how can I align truly with my spirit, with source right now? So trying to like pivot into a certain way, because there is a new beginning here. It feels like so blessed because it's so, we have the lovers, the Three of Cups, the Two of Cups, all cards that are like super positive. Friendship, celebrating with friends, like empowerment with, your community, like celebration, and then Two of Cups, meeting your match, meeting people that embody the same as you, meeting the mirror, and the lovers too. Really questioning. Letting yourself play, like with this, it feels like, with the Three of Cups, the joyful celebration and fun energy, and then you've got the two hands in. It feels to me kind of like the womb or, someone's legs. Could be like someone that, needs a bit of time to like self pleasure, actually. I feel that as well. With yourself. I might just get like any advice card. Okay, so we got so this is like the Seven of Swords, but it came reverse. So would we feel from that? But I feel like this energy of, if there's some things that you've been slacking on with, like not cheating yourself, it feels, you haven't been eating properly, meditating properly, or like you're lacking on your sleep, or there's some sort of like, yeah, like practice that you've been needing to get back into. I could be going to gym or something like that. To be really honest with yourself, a period of really like looking at yourself truthfully. Not making excuses, or like really looking into it more truthfully with yourself when you're, sitting. Yeah, being honest to yourself, like, yeah, I've not been doing this right, not been going to gym, not being eating properly and really taking a step to, get back. And I don't mean think it's like in a way, very militant where you've got to like do it from exactly from today, like treating yourself like, okay, I've done this. Not in a way like, oh, I need to be perfect. I'm gonna feel really insecure because I haven't been doing this. Like I should beat myself up. No, it's in a way of like, okay, I've done this. How can I make going to gym easier? Go to gym more in a way that doesn't sabotage me if I burn myself out. In a way that's compassionate for health reasons, but not in a way where I'm completely in this mind of putting my worth into going to gym. I'm kind of seeing like shortcuts as well in my head, like not taking the short route because it's easier. They may find it looks easier, like to go on a path that's seems easier on the outside, like logically, but actually, when you're connected more to your heart and to how you're feeling and your drive and your motivation for a different path that looks harder, actually, you'll be given a shortcut. It is the shortcut because you're aligned with your passion, your motivation, or your energy is devoted to it. But if you're trying to look from a 3D lens of, oh, this is the path I should take, because logically, this is the right way, it feels, yeah, it can trick you into thinking that way, your mind, but your heart and everything else is set on that path and listen to that intuition. So intuition will get more powerful as it leads you where it will align with you, but create a shortcut. It will happen like so naturally as well when you're listening. Yeah, it's an honest being an energy of being honest with yourself. And if there's someone that you need to talk to, and because I don't know, you're trying to avoid conflict, it feels like if you just overcome that, where you point it out, like, oh, this is going wrong, this is not right, you would actually open up a bridge very quickly, like, to change, because now they're aware of it, of what to change about themselves or the situation to make it better for you. It doesn't mean come across like really mean, but it comes across like direct. Like sit on it and then talk to them in a way that's very honest and truthful. And the situation will play out in a way that benefits you. May even if you left the job or have to leave, you'd find something, a shortcut, a leap. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, a lot come out from that, just that. So I'm going to leave like that. That's like 5 minutes. Thank you. Hi, Pile 2. So today I've got a message from your spirit team for the reading. I'm just going to bring up the image for your pile. So if you resonate with another pile, because it's got kind of a similar vibes, but if you feel called for another pile as well, like I would pick that up. If it may have messages for you. Um, yeah, more messages for you. Initially, like with this one, I really feel your spirit guides protecting you, like guarding you, your spirit behind you in a way. Oh, the sun's really come out now. feel like a group event or like someone that's gone traveling to a spiritual community or in a community space in a circle, right? I feel that, with shamanic healings or when you go to a healing ceremony of like offering something in the middle, an expression of gratitude, or as the summer solstice, as the solstice, yeah, like trying to manifest with intention, putting offerings to the earth, to spirit, like connecting with the earth around you, maybe where you live, or places that you visit, feeling called to leave something there, or being called to go somewhere. If you're feeling called to visit a place, being a reason to go there for like a spiritual lesson, but also hear it awakening. Like it feels ancestral or a past life connection, like guiding you there. Could be like a spontaneous event or a trip that happens, that you didn't plan. You kind of ended up there because you let go of control and you allowed it to unfold, the trip to unfold, or to be led by, yeah, your spirit in a way where like you picked random in a way. I see like someone like, there's mystery bags and you pick the mystery one. Like you pay for it and you pick up the mystery one. There's a sense of like randomness to it. And having this knowing that it's the right one wherever you get, wherever you go. Could be a message of having more, yeah, spontaneity in mind, giving up control in some ways. Like going somewhere you've not been before, like to eat, to travel to an event, even by yourself, and just letting your ancestors and yourself, be with you. Like if you feel guided to these spiritual kind of spaces, trusting, yeah, trusting with the guidance to go there and that you know, that you're safe and that you're fully capable and not let the anxiety of, not knowing the people or not being there before, like get the best of you. Like you're heavily guarded, especially if you've been hurt before. Like in this image, like there's super behind you, like looking out for you, around you in your surroundings and looking. I feel like you have this aura around you anyway that says, they don't mess with me. This kind of, yeah, people already know that you're more spiritual than you let on, or even if you're not someone that, dresses up like, oh, I am spiritual, or super in your face with it. They can feel with your energy. And if you do tarot or like Reiki and something like that, you might have like so this energy of like not everyone resonates or understands, or yeah, you just feel like there's certain collective that you connect with, or that you get close to in a way that you, although you're open to everyone in the sense that you bring your gifts to everyone, the people that stand with you, it's very a close knit group or a few people that you collab with or you truly know you, and you're okay with that, having that sort of boundary. You're sharing your gifts and also being you, your person, like, yeah, having great boundaries, like setting some sort of boundary with you in the group where you're not giving, yourself in complete sacrifice to other people, where you have some left for you, where you have a boundary of not being taken advantage of completely, where you treat yourself really well. Set an example for others, it's coming to mind, of treating yourself well and not just overly giving and sacrificing. And it feels like it's an example as well for your ancestors. It may have been overgiving or a heart of gold. Or it could be like where you went through a stage of like being around people so much, like trying to blend in, trying to be one of the sheep, but you're having that sense of feeling like a black sheep amongst others and being on this journey to undo all the programming to feel worthy of love, and that to blend in is to, be liked, is to fit in and going on your own way where you really honor yourself and to love yourself, like you become true, truly you, and so becoming so much in solitude. Like, it's kind of a scary thought of coming out now and like connecting with people who, you know, you don't know, and feeling that you could be betrayed like before, but you've grown so much and your spirit guides are with you completely, that your intuition is so strong that you know anyway when someone's not being genuine with you, and being okay with short-term relationships as well, where people come in just for a little while to help guide you or put you on your way, put you on your path, like redirect you in some way, and being at peace with it, not trying to cling so heavy to people or things so strongly, like pivoting, like being in a state of constant change, inner change and outer change for a period of time, could be in the past, presently, or going through it now, or something that you're going to go through in the next phase. I just feel the mushrooms, all these little people, they may have helped you in some way on your path and become wisdom. They grew into mushrooms of wisdom for you. Although they're not currently in your life, they are in some way, but they help shape you, this circle as well. Could be all of your ancestors as well. Like, could be from a really strong ancestral background, all offerings of wisdom. Yeah, I feel like a gateway in the middle, a gateway. Like, I'm hearing like different dimension to the earth dimension. It feels like, yeah, grounded medicine, not, all the way up in the other skies, like in other different places. It's here, right? Bring it to Earth. Can be tangible things that you're making, or wisdom, like words or art, or something that, yeah, you make. It could be speech. So like community garden, community spaces. Mm. So also in the evening time, the evening, I feel like it could be something significant for someone right now, because it is like we just went through the solar eclipse, then we got the lunar eclipse coming soon, rather partial. Mm. Like stargazing, astrology, like astrologists. You know, with this sort of circle, it just feels like everyone's on an equal platform. Like there's no hierarchy, sharing experiences. Could be like a talking group, but there's no one that's, better than the other, or just people coming together and sharing and communicating and opening up. Could be in an online space, doesn't have to be. Might be for someone's very specific, like CVR as well, like with the headsets on. Like just like, yeah, internet networking space. Or like bringing people that you've met online into the physical, like creating a meetup event. Yeah, there's quite a lot coming through. Like I see mediumship as well. So I'm gonna just like see what comes up with the tarot. What message we have from the spirit guides for poverty? What messages we have for poverty, spirit? Messages do you have for poverty? Okay, I'm gonna reshuffle that. What message do we have? Poverty. Okay, it came out again. So we've got Two of Cups in reverse. What message do we have for poverty? Too many cards. What message do we have for poverty? Too many cards. What message do we have for poverty? Okay, that's too many cards. What message do you have for poverty, spirit? I'm sorry if like the sun's like super, you know, not making it visual. Ooh, yeah, sorry about this. It's a lot of sun. So what oracle cards do we have? What oracle cards do we have? Okay. Okay. So I've got the Two of Cups reverse, Three of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles at bottom of the deck, with the Two of Wands underneath. So the Two of Cups in reverse, you've got God is incomplete without me. Nothing unworthy of God is worthy of you. So this is from A Course in Miracles. A quote from there. I just feel like it's so, you know, on point with the Two of Cups in reverse with God is himself is incomplete without me. Because I feel like with this Two of Cups in specifically, we're someone upright, so have this of meeting yourself in someone else, and with it in reverse, I just feel this energy. Do you feel worthy of the Three of Swords, like of being met, with miracles, with something beautiful, with something great, like grand, like the Ten of Cups energy? Is this actually truly what you want, in a person, or in your life right now? Are you settling in some way? Are you feeling unworthy in the sense of, God isn't complete without me? Do you not feel worthy? Do you, like, are you not really resonating with say resonating, but I feel the energy of, like, there's a couple as well, you're not feeling incomplete without someone else, without other people around you. To maybe occupy your space and time, occupy you, like, so you're not alone, to take you out of solitude. Do you feel incomplete without others? Not feeling a sense of lack. I feel the sense of lack of, yeah, unworthiness, of feeling of God's love, of, it doesn't need to be God, it can be spirit, or whatever you believe in, like the universe, not fully integrating it within yourself, of how magical you truly are, by what you're capable of, what you're able to receive, like all the gifts that you have, like all that we are, everyone, like none of us is superior than another. So you could be having like a feeling people are superior to you, that are more gifted than you, or more loved than you, or and you truly believe, like, oh, that they deserve that more than you, when we're all worthy and deserving of love. We've got weight. Are you being impulsive right now? Is this truly what you want to put your energy towards right now? Or is it a passing excitement? Pause to take your time. Does it feel like a dream come true? Does it light you up, or is there uncertainty, hesitancy? So I feel like this is like with the Three of Swords. Obviously, some hesitancy and uncertainty is always a good kind of feeling to have when doing something new, you know, when taking a leap of faith. But there is like a difference with, you know, making a leap because you feel in fear that you need to rush because you may feel like the time is running out or that you need to do what other people do. Like there's another decision that fills you with, you know, so much joy with the Ten of Cups and taking the initiative towards that, towards what you want to do, not spending your energy on what is not working out or what's not for you in any way, like career, your daily habits, your love, relationships, friendships, family, I'm hearing. Even with your inner talk, like entertaining thoughts or old systems that are keeping you kind of stuck in this day to day life that you don't really truly want or, yeah, feel like you really want or desire. But feeling like you're limited, that you have to stay there, that you have to keep doing it, and waiting for a breakthrough instead of initiating it yourself or not letting yourself believe that there's another way or like, you know, being overworked in this way where it's not what you want to do. And we've got to stop complicating a simple thing. Under the bottom of the deck with a blank card, like, it doesn't have to be hard for whatever you're working towards. Can be, you know, if you're an artist or some creative or, you know, someone that wants an alternative kind of life, doing a little bit each day or when you can fit it in, like create some space. It doesn't mean you need to do like a fully, you know, drawing each day, like a finished piece. There's a little bit, carving out some time where you say no to people and create that space of being alone. So you've got to get out your ass out of bed to the gym, work on your dream, do your thing. But it did come out reversed from the Ten of Cups. We also have weight with it as well. So there's like different dynamics of people that are, yeah, rushing too much. Maybe getting disheartened by not getting results, not pausing to see if it's really what you want. And it having an energy of like, you know, it's not meant to feel so like much like a hustle. But at times it might, we have to try a bit more. But like, you know, your best art that you make is when, not when you're trying to force it. You know, it comes from the joy of making, right? Not from force, brute force. There's obviously some discipline involved, but it's a balance of rest and work. And the hard work paying off when you're not trying to do it all at once, like doing it a daily habit, daily effort. And you, when you're like literally in the zone, you know, when you're really in the zone of drawing or making something and really enjoying it, it's this. It's not like looking at the results, like the fruits of it. It's enjoying it, the passion that creates more of it. You know, when you're deep in, you're creating more passion to make more, to do more, and not getting so distracted by what it looks like in the end. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of messages in this one. like it's on the horizon, but it's staying consistent, right? So when it does come in, like when you are doing this new thing, that it is consistent, that you can stay consistent because you're not overcomplicating it. You're not like making yourself just work all the time, but you're really, breaking your own heart. That you actually feel worthy of it and you're relaxed in your system, like from head to toe, that you know it's for you, you're working towards it, and you're making the steps. And it's what comes to mind is like Virgo, like, we're in Virgo season, just starting now, and really focusing on the small habits that build these big things into fruition. Maybe it's a time, right now as well, like just sitting to wait, like checking in with yourself, if you're feeling a bit upset and like not passionate lately, like just checking in with yourself, and it's okay to have like a day off or so. And like if you're scared of it being more longer, it's the sense of trust that it comes at the right time, the right place, and that, maybe you need to rest for a reason. Is there any advice here? Just one card, please, Spirit. Advice. Right, so we've got to listen to some affirmations. Remember what you are, you deserve it all. And yeah, that kind of really resonates with like the first one, where it's not feeling worthy of the miracles, and then seeing others' potential but not seeing yours, like your own worthiness. And like really looking at the way that you speak to others, the way that you encourage others to do what they want to do, and you believe in others, and how compassionate you are, when they're like, oh, I don't feel like it today. You're like, oh, it's okay, take a break, come back to it when you feel like it, inspiration strikes at the right time. Really watch what you're saying to others, and like how you're talking to yourself, and how it's not equal, these cups. Like the compassion that you have for others towards yourself and towards others is not equal. And doing it just like a little time to yourself, and really listen to affirmations or do some meditation, and being wary of your thoughts and redirecting them in a positive way. Like get delusional of like you being worthy of miracles too. Like if you really admire that in others, you're fully capable of that yourself and worthy. You're further along than you think you are. You've done a lot more than you give yourself credit for. Maybe you have this tendency to over worry. I feel like with Virgo as well, coming to mind, where you overcomplicate it in the brain when it's all about, sitting and doing your art or whatever it is you make, whatever it is you're doing. Yeah, without overcomplicating, just sitting and just being in there, just being in that energy and making more of whatever it is that you're here to do. You can do it while listening to affirmations, or even just like, being in peace and quiet right now. I'm gonna leave that now. Right. Thank you. Hi, Pile Free. So I've got your image here. Messages from your spirit guides, your spirit team. For this space of needing to cleanse, with tears, with water specifically. Gaining clarity through crying, through pain, through suffering, letting it go, these big balls of like old weight, by letting it release through your system and seeing the higher perspective through, all the things that you've been through, everything you learned, lesson that's been learned, breaking a cycle by seeing the higher point of view, where even though it's painful, making that decision to cut it off, if something's not working out for you, like a relationship, old mindset that kept you trapped, or like an old place, an old situation, old friendships, releasing it. Maybe even some people you didn't realize you were still carrying some of this. Like it's still in your body, and then you're dancing or doing some somatic work, it feels like, and then it comes out, facing it head on. Maybe even seeing this in your dreams, like in the dreamscape. Feels very watery, and seeing deep in your subconscious in your dreams. Maybe you've been crying like unnaturally a lot lately, and letting it happen and not trying to stop yourself wherever you are, whatever you're doing. That's good for you to cry right now. Get yourself in the water if you can. I feel like I see them as well. All the black is water. Putting your head in the water. Feels like deep ancestral pain, generational. Yeah, I feel it so deeply in the heart, in the soul. It feels like resilient, you know? When you hurt so badly, it feels like the end of the world, like soul crushing. You don't know how you're going to move on, and you still do. Things that shape you, that transform you, that build your muscle, that build you up, yeah, it feels like very like 8th house, 12th house. Yeah, like that death, rebirth. Like they're with you, your spirit team are with you. Ask for help. Like you're really suffering right now, ask for help. Or you don't know why you're crying or why you're feeling so depressed or lethargic. Ask for help. Ask for guidance. Ask, can I see it in my dream? Can you reveal, to me what I need to change, what I need to do? Facing yourself, if you've got self-destructive habits that you're struggling with right now, being really honest with yourself that you're struggling is like literally the best step. Like of saying, I have this problem, and not letting it destroy you, your sense of worth, or, you feeling like you're unworthy of anything because you're really struggling to let go of it, to release it if you're really lapsing as well. let people help you. It just feels like this person, they've got their eyes open. It's like, kind of like a black eye or some stuff, like this deep hurt, but they're trying to keep it together to make it look like, no, I'm not crying, no, I'm not, it's painful. And there's the other side of, it's coming out of nowhere and I don't know why. What message do we have for pile 3? What message do we have for pile 3? Okay. What message do we have for pile 3? 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 What message do I have for pile 3? Well, so we've only got one card that come up right, and that's the Two of Pentacles. Juggling. Balancing. And it's in the middle. So we've got two cards. The Five of Wands. And the Chariot in reverse. So we've got fire signs and Cancer. In the middle, we've got Two of Pentacles upright with the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, I say. The Wish Fulfillment card. So there's a bridge, in between the two of Pentacles. Is it balancing act of, a job that you're not into and a hustle that you have, like your wish fulfillment? There's two sides, like with it both in the reverse. Maybe someone that's been juggling so long and trying to figure it out so long, like what is my purpose, and not kind of feeling the wish fulfillment come through, or like the dream come true, or the next step appear. Like the inner and the outer world. See like a struggle with the Five of Wands. Like, what do I go for? What kind of way do I go? What passion do I pursue? Not feeling like the actual motivation or direction to move forward. Not feeling like in alignment, like with the will, the heart. Yeah, it feels like, the solar plexus and the heart, the Trinity, like the third eye. Is it the third eye? Feels like, like taking the initiation and having the passion, like the vision, the passion, and the movement. And it feels like fighting at odds with each other. Because maybe you're pursuing something that's not for you, right? A dream that's not yours, and it's kind of depleting your motivation because you're making moves on something that won't really come to fruition, or it's just going to kind of come in a curveball of like a lesson in a way, where it's like, actually, this is, you've been struggling to move forward with this because it's not for you. Like, you've been struggling with it because, it's not what you're passionate about. There's something else that you're passionate about. And I just feel like this energy of barely floating by, like above water. like big wave, coming through. Mm. What message do you have about free spirit in the spirit team? If you're having conflict with others that are blocking you from moving forward, is this truly what you want? Or is there some sort of inner space within you that feels unworthy? Are you waiting for someone else or something else to make you move instead of making the move yourself to go forward? Like, are you taking the initiative to make your dream come true or to change your life? Like, are you taking the steps to forward, or are you just, floating by, not taking any action? Where the energy feels stagnant, like it feels paused, like hard to build up the courage or the motivation, the movement to go forward. Because maybe feeling like your third day needs some work in a sense where it's showing you things that are insecure, like thoughts, like the vision is things going wrong, or the vision is not aligned with God, like with spirit, with your spirit, because it's tapped in with insecurities, negative self-beliefs, and needing to reprogram so you can see the truth come through. Because it could be making your heart get anxious, you get anxious. Amethyst might be really good for you right now, making your heart anxious, and then your movement feels not in the right direction because you're wanting safety, you want it to be secure. Any advice for pile three? Advice. You've got yes. I love me. And where in your life is the energy exchange unbalanced? Do you overgive in your relationships? Need to assert better boundaries, or maybe called to give more, an offering to patch your mum, or volunteer for a cause? Balance is a continuous dance, adjustment of energy. What adjustments do you need to make? Yeah, like asking about your adjustments to make in your everyday life. What ways are you overgiving to things that are not truly in alignment for you? Like work, relationships, to others, like your time. Like your time, if it was really significant, are you giving enough time into yourself, to your dreams, to nurturing yourself, to your independence, to your dreams, to your self-love? Having compassion for yourself as well, like regardless of where you are on your journey. Because a lot of these thoughts could be like, I'm running out of time, I'm running against schedule, like a certain set of time I'm meant to be doing it, and then running out of steam because you're trying to do it all at once. So you have a yes. Ask for help. It's completely possible. If you need that confirmation, yes, it's here. The dreams that you're, the visions that you have are completely possible. Just need like a little adjustments, like changing the way you spend your time, like your days, changing them visions of, it going horribly to it going really well. Like the second guessing, I feel a second guessing energy. Like, should I, shouldn't I do it? And thinking, overthinking to the point where you don't take any action, but actually, why don't we try? Instead of thinking, oh, it could go this way, I don't know if actually what I want to do. Try, give it a go. And if you don't like it, you can pivot and change. Like you could do something else, but first putting yourself out there to be like, okay, let's cross off my list if I don't want to do this. But you can end up, you're missing the boat of, I don't want to say that in a way that scares you. Of like, it's real growth with trying, right? And you're not against like a timeline, like a time, like you feel like you are, like wherever, how old you are, wherever you're doing. And you don't need to do this overnight, like taking little steps. And I just feel like it's very kind of resonate with this in the sense, we're starting this channel and like at the beginning, like trying to have a set schedule of, doing it certain days or certain times and by being really rigid. But, life gets in the way, work gets in the way, things get in the way and being more fluid with it. When I feel more motivated and happy to do this, it feels better. And when I allow it to flow and when I'm not trying to be like someone else as well, kind of coming through, like being your own reader, being your own version of you. And it is like a life of, balancing the job that you're not 100% in with, with what you want to do, with your passions. I've got some other passions as well, making art, writing, journaling and stuff, traveling, and having fun with friends and socializing and meeting people. It's a beautiful chaos. That's what it feels like. Saying yes to life, to living, not having all the answers. In Virgo, like right now, it's Virgo season. It's a good time to, really analyze our lives right now with where we're putting our time and effort into. What do we need to change? How can we pivot to make our, goals achievable for us? Like in the small things, the small habits, whether that be like waking up earlier, going to bed earlier, like eating healthier, eating more vegetables, eating less sugar, like eating less caffeine, like having less caffeine because maybe it's not great for you. You're realizing it keeps you up at night. Um, these small things are so good, like positive. Like sleeping is literally a big change. Like having your sleep every day. All the things that we take for granted, like to build this up. Like creating your own process as well and not feeling like you have to do like others do. Is there anything else? I feel like, yeah, is there anything else? Ah, that's nice. It's always happening for me, never to me, regardless of how it may seem. Spirit works in mysterious and wondrous ways. I trust and surrender to the miracles unfolding. I think that's a good card to like leave on, especially if you're going through like a period of confusion right now and not seeing this, the grand scheme. I'm kind of seeing like the grand solution of what is happening. Yeah, reconnecting. And on the other side, we've got I remain open and faithful to the divine. I surrender, really surrendering and remembering all these times that, that you thought would last forever. And when you're in this state of mind before in it, you got the solution, you got out of it, you move forward. We always do. And if you're like struggling to, give up addiction, I feel like can be any form, with caffeine, like I said, or it can be something harder. It's possible. Like, be gentle with yourself. Like, compassionate when you do, if you do relapse. I feel like it's energy of, saying, doing what you're saying are, you need to do or you want to do. Like someone that's taking a lot of saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but actually putting it in the action. Maybe staying silent as well about what you're going to do. Make your actions align with what you're saying first and then speak about it, like what you're doing. Like if you're giving up caffeine, like do it, be doing it. And maybe even tell people that you trust and they can encourage you to. If they see you wanting to get a coffee or something like that, they can help you out. Or yeah, you're sharing your gifts online. Could create your own account, like a secret account where you're sharing by yourself without others involved, and then share it eventually, or just share it with someone that you really trust, who encourages you, who doesn't like laugh at you. And if they're making a channel is something that you want to do, like just doing it and at your own pace, your own time, in your own way. But yeah, I'm going to leave it with that. Thank you guys.